Hey everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, Brightburn. I'm pretty excited about this. This is essentially the story. They took Superman and said, what if as a child, instead of him raising up to be a hero, as we know Superman to be today in Metropolis, what if he was evil? Or, had mischievous thoughts instead of heroic thoughts. So I think that's a really interesting concept. I'm excited to see it. It's an hour and 30 minutes long. Who's in it? Elizabeth Banks, who was very popular for a while. Pitch Perfect, and knows that she's in that. David Denman, so he was from The Office, if you remember him. Jenna Fisher's boyfriend before she started with Halpert. So, that's all I recognize right now. But we're going to get into, Matt Jones from Breaking Bad. Anyway, who cares? I'm going to get into it a little bit. I think you have a good idea of what the synopsis is. I'll check in if anything's not what I just said it was, but ultimately I'm going to let you know what I think. So stick around, let's see what this is all about, and I'll keep you updated. Hey everybody, we're at the credits of Brightburn. We're almost through them because there's a little piece at the end, but anyway, I'll get into that in a little bit. I loved it. Loved it. And I realize now, telling you what the plot was in the beginning, there's no check-ins because the plot that I said in the beginning was really what it was all about. And let me take a step back because I said it's like if Superman were evil. Well, not everybody might know the origin story of Superman. So if you're not familiar with it, to be really brief, Superman obviously came from another planet, came in some sort of either spaceship or comet, whatever, lands in a small town, Smallville in Kansas, where a woman and a man and a wife find him and then take him on as their son, right? And of course they raise him to be a good boy. He ends up becoming Superman and the hero everybody loves and knows today, okay? So take that same concept, everything I just said, but just say instead of him being raised into a superhero, he has more evil plans for him. So he's drawn instead of by the symbol of hope, but the symbol of fear maybe, or something like that, but like the all that. So anyway, I don't want to go into too much detail because if you know anything about Superman or anything like that, you have to watch this movie. I really enjoyed it. I was leery because I was trying to check the score on IMDb was like low for real quick. Sorry. Come on. 6.4. No, this is a 9 for me. I'm a big superhero fan. I like Superman, of course. I love the story behind him. And they took that concept and not only made it an evil version, but I mean they went over the top on the gruesomeness, the goriness, the horror side of it, which I didn't come to expect. It was very suspenseful. And gory, in a sense. I'm not a gory lover. I don't like slasher films. But seeing it in this, it just felt, I shouldn't say felt good, but it felt right. They didn't tiptoe around it. So you're taking a superhero and making him evil. And I didn't expect everything that we got from this. James Gunn produced this, and I thought he did a fantastic job. I really liked it a lot. When he starts to harm other people, it's not real simple. Like, he could just knock them on the head and they're done, but, or his eyes, with the heat vision. No, these things happen to these people that is just like, whoa, make you cringe. But it works. It works so well in this movie. Elizabeth Banks, his mother, she's phenomenal. Of course, there's nothing like a mother's love. So even as they're starting to determine, there might be something wrong with her son, she's not giving up on him, and standing behind him, which causes strain on their marriage, her and her husband, and it was. I really enjoyed it. Let me see if I got any more notes. He starts out as a good child. He starts to turn around 12 years old, and I think something happens, and that's when he starts changing his ways a little bit. And then the only other thing, because I don't want to go into too much detail, I'm not going to spoil anything for you, because you definitely got to check it out if you like superhero movies and things like that. There are references to like Wonder Woman and Aquaman. So I think that's neat. Like they can expand this more if they really wanted to, or maybe that's it. Maybe that's all you need. You don't really need to move into. Maybe this is the way DC should go, because I really enjoyed this film. I like what they did. I like the acting. I like the plot line. I liked the horror side of it. I kept looking to see, this has to be like a Blumhouse film. So if you've seen Blumhouse films, you know what I'm talking about. And I was like, this has to be a Blumhouse film the way this one was done. It's not. Stage 6 and something else, but it took me a while to find that. But now that I did, that's it. So I can't say enough good things about this movie. I went into it with a different thought, and it came out, it worked for me. I don't think I have anything else to add. I think you should check this out. Now you know a little bit more about Superman. If you didn't, I'm sure all of us do know that. Maybe you don't know the origin story, but this is fantastic. Oh, Brightburn, that was the only piece. I was like, well, why do they call it Brightburn? Because his eyes were bright and they burn people? No, that's the town. So, spoiler alert, that's not a big deal. But that's why the movie's called Brightburn. Really liked it. And I'm sure you've seen trailers for it too, and like he's kind of like, he wears a cape and some different things. No more details. That's it. You got to go experience it yourself. I don't think I ruined anything. They display a lot of his superpowers, not all of them, but and it just is. I'm smiling ear to ear. Fantastic movie. That's it. Watch it. Drop me some comments. Let me know if you agree. What did we disconnect on, and if anything? And I hope you enjoyed it as much as I do. And I hope you come back to Kimmel's Irish Pub for another movie review, beer review, or fantasy football knowledge. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time.